Oh, crap. Crew, can you help me? Someone's doing something in my computer. How did you?
Took fast hack, level 3. Hi everybody, welcome to GameGorgon. My name is Krug.
I'm Indigo.
Today we're here to talk to you about the Envoy, a class in Starfinder. I was gonna say 2nd edition reflexively because I'm used to it, but this isn't 2nd edition Starfinder.
And it's not even the playtest.
It's not. We're going into just base Starfinder content because we haven't covered it yet. And you guys, some of you guys said that you wanted to see it, so here it is.
So what we're going to do is talk over a lot of the classes. We're going to go through the classes, and then we're going to go backwards and go over some of the rules and some of the concepts behind the game later on, because I assume most of you already know that, but, you know.
And if you want us to, you know, pivot and do something else, let us know and we'll pivot and do something else.
Oh, for sure. There's something like content that you want, like not even necessarily Starfinder specifically.
Always let us know.
Yeah.
We can't do this without you telling us what you want. We just make garbage if you don't let us know. Please help.
Down in the comments.
Last time we tried to make a video without your input, it was a grapefruit for 45 minutes.
It was a jar of mayonnaise.
It was a jar of mayonnaise. That's a SpongeBob joke. Right?
Nope.
Nope.
Rocko's Modern Life.
Rocko's Modern Life!
All right, so what is the Envoy?
Yep.
The Envoy is a charismatic-based class. I like to call it a mix between Space Bard and Space Monk.
Right up my alley.
Yeah, I know. I think you would actually very much enjoy this. Like, it doesn't have spells like a Bard does.
Okay.
But it definitely controls the environment of the playing field a lot more. And, but still can give your friends bonuses and buffs and debuffs your enemies, but not via spells.
Sure, yeah. Which is, like, that mechanic is neither here nor there as far as casting is concerned, but, like, support, utility,
Now, with that, you're going to get for your HP is going to be 6 plus your con.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's not horrible. That's about right in the middle.
Okay.
So... plus whatever race you choose. And so you're going to be getting that, like I said, in the middle of the road. It's also going to be getting skill points of 8 plus your intelligence.
That's good.
It's very, very much a skill-based class. Main stat is charisma, like I said, but its secondary stat is going to be dexterity.
Okay.
Most of that is for any ranged attacks that you want to do / get out of the way of taking damage.
Sure.
So that's kind of where and why that's your secondary stat. Your dump stat, probably strength. You're probably not caring too much about that since you're not going to be doing melee that often, and when you are, it's probably out of necessity.
You're going to be proficient with light armor,
basic melee weapons,
grenades,
and small arms. Your strong saves are going to be your will and your reflex. The first thing that you're going to be getting as an Envoy is your Envoy improvisation, which you get 1 at 1st level, 1 at 2nd level, and then 1 every 2 levels thereafter.
Okay.
And the choice of your improvisations are actually capped behind level walls.
Okay.
So there's a section that you can get straight off the bat, then there's 4th and then 8th level.
Yeah, this is kind of like the way Witch Warper gated its mechanics.
Yeah. And so those are like it's exactly like the Witch Warper. Like, I don't know why I'm trying to explain further. I chose just 2 to give examples of 8th level ones that I thought were really interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you about them. The first one is Hidden Agenda. When someone tries to use Sense Motive check to detect your deception, they roll twice and take the lower of the 2. Also, whenever you're making a saving throw against something that would either read your thoughts or reveal your motivations, you roll 2 dice and take the higher of those 2.
Nice.
So basically, with
like reverse advantage, disadvantage is the word.
Yeah. With reverse advantage.
Reverse advantage. Disadvantage for people that are trying to censor motives. Advantage when you're making a saving throw to conceal your motives.
Exactly.
Which is great. That's cool. And especially for a charisma-based class that can lie, like, that's super useful.
Yeah, and so it makes it so that even if you roll poorly on your deception, you still have a pretty damn good chance of succeeding at doing poorly.
And this is why you think they're bardy in nature. Because
Yes.
they have this like deception built into their kit.
They're
Or potentially, if you...
Yes, I think they're bardy because of the fact that they're charisma based and the fact that they have that aspect of it. Like they're about lying, they're about controlling like the conversation where it goes.
Like manipulation.
Exactly.
I dig it. The next one is not bardy, it's called expert attack. As a move action, spend 2 resolve points and add your expertise to your next attack roll before the end of your turn. That's pretty good. That's, I mean, I don't know about spending 2 resolve points to do that. That seems...
Well, you have to understand, we haven't talked about what expertise is. It's not a flat bonus, it's actually...
a dice.
Yeah, it's actually a dice that you're going to do. So why don't we use this as a good transition into talking about what expertise is. So expertise allows you to add a 1d6 to any sort of sense motive roll that you are going to be making.
Yep.
Now this increases to a d8 at 13th level, and at 5th, 9th, 17th, and 20th, you're gaining a flat +1 bonus to that number. So at 20th level, you're going to have 1d8 plus 4 to a skill or stat.
And this is what you can add to the expert attack. So the base use of expertise is sense motive checks, but with expert attack, you can use it for attacks now.
Exactly.
Or adding them to attacks.
Yeah, you're gonna.
That's cool.
So at 8th level, theoretically, you'd be adding 1d6 plus 1 to an attack.
That flat bonus is actually pretty strong. The fact that like you're not only are you rolling a d6, but you're also adding whatever flat bonus based on your level. That's really good. That's a lot of like potential value there.
And that's kind of where I again going back to the reason why I feel it is very much bardy is the fact that it's like I'm good at things.
Yeah.
I'm really good at things, and I get to choose what I'm good at.
Yeah.
Because we didn't talk about it, but like 8 plus your intelligence plus a crap ton of skills that you're proficient in. It's actually significantly shorter to just read off what you're not proficient in than you are just to try to read what you are proficient in.
Yeah.
So it's like you have the ability to know anything.
Sure.
Also at first level, you're going to get skill expertise, which every first level and then 4th level and then every 4 levels thereafter, you're able to add 1 additional skill that you can use your expertise on. So you're just racking up things that you're good at.
So even if you're not interested in playing like the decepty kind of like convincing sort of character, like you can still make expertise do something.
Well, and I mean, expertise as a whole is sense motive. So you're just determining whether people are lying to you.
Yeah.
And so it's not necessarily that you have to be a lie character.
No,
you're
I
just
get that.
able to go,
But
stop bullshitting with
if
me.
you don't want that to be the main facet of your character, it's not like you're going to be wasting expertise or like not getting full value out of expertise. If you want to be the sneaky guy, you can put that expertise into sneak instead.
Yes, exactly.
Which is cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, and it's just making you much better or potentially better than everyone else in a platitude of skills.
Plethora. Also, I am not trying to imply that Sneaky, this character, is in any way optimized. I'm just saying that somebody out there is going to try it. That's all I'm saying. Don't come down to the comments and be like, Krug, that wouldn't be very good because of... I know. I was just giving an example, man. Cut me some slack.
I don't know why you're getting so defensive.
I feel it coming.
At 3rd level, you're going to get expertise talent, which after 3rd level, every 4 levels thereafter, you're able to add a kind of additional talent to a skill that you already have as an expertise.
Okay, kind of like a feat, sort of?
It's a feat, but it's a feat specific to skills that you've already given an expertise to.
Okay.
So, for example, you start off with sense motive. If you choose to then add, say, computers, you can take the fast hack talent, which is what our intro was, which is this. When you attempt a computer's check to hack into a computer system, you can forego the rolling your expertise die to instead half the time to make the attempt. At 9th level, if you successfully hack the system, you can also negate a single countermeasure protecting that computer system. You cannot use this talent to negate a countermeasure from the same computer again for 24 hours. So basically what it's saying is that if you're trying to accomplish something, it can half the amount of time if you don't add your 1d6
Yeah,
or
instead
1d8.
of adding your 1d6.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool, like giving you a more versatile way of like expressing that your character is good at that, like that you're an expert in computer hacking instead of getting a higher value. Like, no, now this is only gonna take me a round, because the minimum duration is a round, right? So like that's cool, like just being able to like, bloop, done. Or like, in reality, it'd be plugging in a flash drive. We'll not go there.
Well, I mean, the idea behind it is that because the 1d6 is kind of variable, you know, it's allowing you to say, okay, look, I know that with my bonus already, I'm gonna succeed at hacking at this. So I'm gonna just give myself the bonus of halving the time versus going, okay, this is gonna take an hour
there's no
to do.
Need to no need to overkill. You know?
Exactly.
That makes sense. At level 3, you get weapon specialization.
That's it. Pretty boring. And then you're not going to be getting anything new until level 20. And now, mind you, you're going to be gaining, you know, the skills of expertise higher and higher and higher, because they're every 4th level, every 3rd level.
And your improvisations.
Your improvisations, exactly. But as for a new concept, you're not going to be getting until level 20.
That's a huge gap.
Yeah, which is true expertise.
You gain total mastery over one of your Envoy improvisations and can use it with but a thought. When you gain this ability, choose one improvisation you know that has an effect where you spend 1 resolve point. As long as you have at least 1 resolve point remaining, you can gain the improvisation's effects without spending the resolve point. That was kind of one of my main problems with this class, is like the resolve reliance almost. And I wish that it would also work with things that cost more resolve points, and just like, instead of you can automatically gain the thing, it's just you spend 1 resolve point instead of 2, or like you spend less.
Sure.
Maybe with the same restrictions. I don't know. I think this would have been more entertaining a little bit earlier than 20.
Sure.
For one, and 2, to have it be a little bit more flexible in not restricting the improvisation to one that only costs 1 resolve point.
Yeah.
The next line even says, this ability has no benefit if the improvisation requires more than 1 resolve point. In addition, when you roll your expertise die, you can add 2d8 rather than 1d8 plus 4 to the result of your skill check. If for some reason your bonus gained from expertise isn't 1d8 plus 4, you can't use this option. So basically, if you've maxed your expertise die out, you can roll 2d8, which has a higher maximum, lower minimum, instead of getting your normal 1d8 plus 4.
Yeah.
Which, like, at that level, do you need that extra little bump in max, or do you want the base more? Because I'd take the base more often than I'd take the...
I agree. True expertise isn't as strong as a capstone as I feel it should be.
Yep.
But I feel that it's so strong early game that this might be a class that you multi-class out of.
Sure.
Or maybe take a dip into.
Yep.
Because it's giving you so many, like, if you're going to be like, I know we haven't talked about them, an operative, right? This might be beneficial for you to dip a couple of levels into.
When you get caught.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
And so, like, having those additional bonuses to stealth, being able to add a D8, or actually a D6 at lower levels, a D6 to your stealth checks as an operative is super awesome.
Yeah, I could get that. And honestly, like, that's what the rogue kind of is to a lot of characters.
Sure.
Something that people dip into. I mean, tons of people play like pure rogues in every role-playing game that has them. But like, thinking of D&D, thinking of anything where rogue has sneak attack and where rogue has tons of skills, a lot of people just dip into rogue. And I feel like that's what this is. Like, they're skill heavy, they have this super versatile mechanic that any class can use. And like, it just feels like a character built to be an addition or a companion to another class. You know?
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, why don't you let us know down in the comments what you think of the Envoy? Is this a space bard, or is this more of the space rogue? I mean, there's an operative, so I'd say the operative is definitely space rogue.
Yeah.
Let us know down in the comments what you think of the class as a whole. While you're down there, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. That's the key. If you have, just go ahead and hit the bell icon.
Unless you have done that
And
already.
now if you have done both of those things, then you're going to have to go over to the browser tab, hit the browser tab, they're gonna type in twitter.com, and then you're gonna type in my name, which is IndigoQT, and then you're gonna follow me there.
And then if you want somebody who's not gonna talk to you like you're an 8-year-old, you can follow me at QueueTimes on Twitter, or you can talk to both of us at all these social media things down here.
We've been GameGorgon. We'll talk to you later.